the Supreme Court has dismissed the petition seeking a direction towards the Lok Sabha Secretariat and the centre with regard to inviting the President for the inauguration. Big breaking news coming in from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has dismissed the petition. Let's not forget, the moment the hearing began, the court was asking the petitioner, Jayasukin, what his locus was to come to court, why he has brought out this petition. He also questioned, the bench of the Supreme Court also questioned what kind of petition this is, where do you come from, we know what is your interest and why you have come. So clearly pulling up the petitioner and saying that this is not the kind of petition that the Supreme Court would want to go into. The court had initially stated that we are not inclined, but now the court has clearly dismissed this petition filed by this advocate, saying that this is not something that we will go into. It's a policy decision. Of course, the petitioner here was arguing, as you pointed out, that the President is the head of the Parliament. He, under Article 79 of the Constitution, is the head of the Parliament, and it is a policy matter. But as far as the President is concerned, he is the head of the Parliament. He has the power and authority to dissolve and summon the Parliament, and therefore he should be, the position of the President should not be diminished in this manner. However, the Supreme Court had none of it. The court has said that there is no merit and they are not inclined to interfere at all. So the big news coming in from the top court is that the petition has been dismissed by the Supreme Court.
Okay, so the Supreme Court has dismissed the petition, saying we find no merit in the arguments that have been made. The Supreme Court is not inclined to take up this petition. Remember, this was the petition that had been filed seeking direction that President Draupadi Murmu should be invited for the inauguration of the new Parliament building. The political controversy raging around it, the petition reached the Supreme Court, Nilashi. So in its sense, this is of course the top court's verdict on the matter. So this should settle the issue. Over the last few days, we've seen how the political leaders have been bickering over the same, but this is the top court of the country that has now settled the issue.
Absolutely, the top court very clear that this is not a kind of petition that they would want to interfere in. In fact, they've called it a publicity interest litigation, so questioning the locus of the petitioner in this case. Of course, this is something that the BJP and the government, of course, will cite as well, saying, they have been saying for a number of days now that this is above politics, and it is unfortunate that the opposition parties are looking to boycott it and question the manner in which the Parliament is being inaugurated. They have called for all parties to participate because it is a celebration of our democracy. However, opposition parties continue to question the inauguration, saying that the President should be the one inaugurating it and not the Prime Minister. However, this contention that was put forward, the same contention that the opposition has been raking up, had been put forward by this petitioner in the Supreme Court, which has very clearly stated in a hearing that lasted barely a few minutes, outrightly stated that this is not something that we will look into, and they have dismissed the petition. This is not something that the Supreme Court finds merit in terms of the case. This is a policy decision, and therefore the decision of the government stands vitiated.